Super Mario Galaxy 1+2, when the world is going on with this right here. So there's been a lot of people across the internet saying this is not actually a full-blown remaster. It's more like Nintendo has removed things. And is this true? Because from the trailers, you can definitely tell that this is a higher resolution game. A game that actually looks so much better than either 3D All-Stars or the original one on the Wii. But then if you take some looks at different images, you can tell that the textures are just no more. Like this one right here, the one on the left is the one from the Wii, and the one on the right is the one from the new version, the $70 version for Nintendo Switch 1 or 2. And you can see clearly that the textures are actually missing. Now, I would say that the visuals actually look better, but there's no textures whatsoever. It's just a metal slab with coins, that's all. But now, when you look a little bit deeper into other images that do something similar like this. Now you can see on the island here, or the planet, you can see that the dirt doesn't actually have any textures. In 3D All-Stars, this planet had dirt that had textures. But now we're not seeing this. It's more like they replaced the water with the dirt texture, if you know what I mean. Because if you look at the water, and then if you look at the water on this side, you can clearly see that the left side, which is the new version, have better detailed water. But it doesn't have that in the dirt, which is very, very interesting, very, very strange. Now, that's not the only thing that kind of changes. Now, in this image, you can actually see that the resolution looks just better. It honestly looks better in the new version. But, oh wait, we're missing something on the side here. Now, this honestly isn't confirmed by Nintendo, I believe. I believe this is just people putting this out, but it's pretty interesting that you're pointing this out, that we're missing a couple textures here. Nintendo, what in the world is going on here? Now, also, the one with the Yoshi. Now, you can see that the background is actually clear. Like, it's very, very clear. But what in the world is going on with the carpet here? There's not actually, like, any texture on the carpet. It's just like a square, like a nice, soft square. Now, also, in Mario, the brand new one, you can probably move the camera around. This seems to be in the same position, and it looks like just maybe you might be able to move the camera on, so that's a big upgrade, right? But also, this is not the only one here. The rock boss fight. Now, you can see on the ground very clearly that there is textures all across. But honestly, for me, I think that having no textures maybe makes it look better, because this one, remember on the old games, how you're playing the game and kind of the floor cuts out and it starts doing a whole bunch of weird things? With a smoother texture, the game just looks pretty nice. So is this what Nintendo was aiming for originally when they were trying to make this game? Or were they aiming for something else? Because honestly, I'm not really complaining about how the texture looks. I'm just trying to report on it to you to make your own decision on, am I going to buy this game, or is it just better for me to go and buy the original Wii version, or look out for Super Mario 3D All-Stars Collection that's a little bit more? But overall, this is just a couple things, and I think that Nintendo, for this collection, they tried to do something that was more for the best. Maybe some of you would like that the ground has more texture once again, or you're more into the smooth texture sort of thing. Like, if you take a look at different games, you can clearly see that some games actually look better with less textures, but makes it look just like nice and premium. Like, I don't want to bring it here, but like if you look at Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Now, these games arguably have less texture, and honestly, they look really good. But then if you move over to something like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they tried to do the same thing that is on the left side of the rock here, and it ended up looking worse. So sometimes textures, you don't really need to have these sort of textures, and maybe it was a little bit harder to do that because honestly, smooth textures just look nicer. But overall, the trailer is a clear upscale difference from the original games. Even 3D All-Stars. If you look at the trailers, you can see clearly this is day and night difference, that this is something really interesting. And even the reflection on water makes me think that, hey, maybe they can add something special to the reflection on the water. Could this be something like ray tracing? I'm just saying, it's really, really interesting. But overall, I wouldn't be too worried about Super Mario Galaxy 1+2. I think it's going to be just perfectly fine. Nintendo most likely knows what they're doing. If it's what I said previously, that sometimes things without any textures actually end up looking better? Or is it things that maybe they want to save time into not replacing the textures? Whatever the case may be, it's just some things that you'll notice inside the games. It's not the entire game. Like, some planets look really, really good. The intro cutscene really looks good. Like, they really upscaled that so well. And honestly, it's really exciting to see what we're going to be seeing for this game. $70, is it worth it to get 2 games that we haven't seen in a long, long time? Now, if you're going to say that, well, it was on 3D All-Stars Mario Galaxy 1. Well, that is true, but they took it away, so now you're left with nothing. I mean, you can buy it right here, but if you really wanted that 3D All-Stars version, well, good luck. I wish you the best of luck to finding that game, because it's around $120 to maybe even $200, depending on what you're trying to look for. Just the cartridge, or are you trying to get the box as well? You're trying to get it sealed, whatever the case may be, you're going to be paying a lot more than this collection. But then again, if you still don't want to dish out $70 for the, it's pretty much not just these games at this point. It's what the platform is on. You can take your Nintendo Switch anywhere you want. Even if you're playing on Nintendo Switch 2, you got the thing for 4K, 120 FPS. That, for me, personally, I think it's worth it. But maybe you're a big fan of textures and you can't give up. You can't pass up these textures. I think that the textures, personally, just besides some couple of areas, actually look better than they did on the Wii, the 3D All-Stars, but that right there is completely up to you. Now, also, the Nintendo Switch 1 or 2 version of the $70 1+2 version of Mario Galaxy, that's a lot of things to say, is honestly a good price. Like, I don't know if I'm taking too much into this, because if you look at these 2 trailers, if you look at the trailer as a whole, you can clearly see that these games are super, super clear. Not only is the textures 4K, the resolution itself is also going to be played in 4K, and also some, most likely, of the controls are going to be changed. So instead of having a struggle, my goodness, the camera controls were so bad. Of course, this isn't confirmed by Nintendo, so take this with a grain of salt, but it looks like the camera controls are going to be changed in some way, shape, or form. So if you take a look at that, it's like, okay, so I get better controls, so I can finally tilt my control up, down, all the way around, instead of struggling with that camera control. So then again, it is worth it. Just a little bit of downgrade textures isn't gonna hurt the game itself. I think it's gonna grow it to something even greater. Anyways, what do you think about all of this Nintendo stuff, or Super Mario Galaxy 1+2? Are you super excited for this game? Because me personally, I am extremely excited for Super Mario Galaxy 1+2. I think it's going to be really worth it, and Nintendo's probably going to send out even more things for these games. Heck, the overview trailer actually looked really good. I made the bold prediction we're going to be seeing ray tracing. I'm just saying, we're going to be seeing it, because if you look at the water, you can clearly see the reflection. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure this is captured on Nintendo Switch 1, but you can still see it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Hope that you're as excited for Super Mario Galaxy 1+2 as I am. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.